Hey parents, Mr. Jim here to tell you why kids love learning with Osmo's Genius Starter Kit. Osmo uses real tangible pieces that look and feel just like toys, combining them with immersive digital experiences to create fun, whole child learning adventures. They'll have a blast with the Genius Starter Kit, playing games that explore math, reading, and more. Just in time for the holidays, get up to 40% off select kits and games. Order today at playosmo.com. That's playosmo.com. Osmo, learning well played. Hey friends, it's Mr. Jim and welcome back to Kid Short Stories. If this is your first time, welcome to the family. We are the podcast that turns your ideas into an amazing adventure every single day. You know, we couldn't even exist without imaginations from kids just like you. So if you have an idea for a story, I'd love to see it. Check down in the show notes below for how you can submit your own story idea, and maybe we'll turn it into an awesome adventure. And parents, if you're new to kids podcasting, I want to challenge you to listen to podcasting for 5 days in a row with your kids. It's going to increase their imagination, decrease screen time, and we're going to have a lot of fun along the way. Are you guys ready for today's adventure? Me too, let's go! Today, class, we are going to have a very special day. We're gonna have a noisy party! Yay! The class cheered as the teacher announced that they were having another noisy party. Do you know what a noisy party is? It means that you can be as loud and silly as you want. Whoa, do you like to be loud and noisy? It can be pretty fun. Chipper the Chipmunk was one that was very much looking forward to this. He loved to be noisy and crazy and silly. Can we start now? Can we start now? He giggled and laughed and cheered. And the teacher said, "Oh, my Chipper, we need to wait until a certain time, and then we can be as loud and noisy and silly as we want. But now we must do math." As the students did their math and were very excited for the party, the noise level in the classroom was still pretty high. Have you ever been really excited for something and it's kind of hard to stay quiet? I think a lot of the students in that classroom were feeling that way. There was one student in the class, Zedoo. Zedoo is an elephant who did not like loud noises, and it was hard for him to focus when there were loud noises, and so it was really hard to do hard math problems when everybody was talking and being excited for the noisy party. And all of a sudden, he couldn't take it anymore. He let out a big trumpet out of his trunk, and off he ran. That loud trumpet sound startled the class. They had never heard Zedoo make such a loud sound before. He was usually very quiet. "Oh my, are you okay?" asked the teacher as Zedoo raced out the door. Nobody understood what in the world just happened. They didn't know that Zedoo did not like big noises. "Oh my, I hope he's okay," said the teacher. Well, the rest of the day went as normal. They had their big noisy party and had a lot of fun. But what about Zedoo? Chipper the Chipmunk couldn't stop thinking about Zedoo. You see, Mr. Jim, I'm actually a lot like Zedoo. I don't really like a lot of big noises. It's really hard for me to focus when there's big sounds. You know, there's a lot of friends that are like that, like me, that either a big smell or a big noise or big bright lights or another kind of sense, they feel really big. Have you ever felt a big sense before? Maybe a big feeling inside, or you touch something that it doesn't feel right, or a big smell? Yeah, big senses can be very distracting and hard to focus on. As Chipper the Chipmunk was walking home that day, he really wanted to check on Zedoo, but he didn't know where Zedoo lived, so he hoped that Zedoo would come to school the next day. Well, the next day came, and Zedoo did not come. And the next day, and the next day after that, and pretty soon it was Friday, the end of the week, and Zedoo the elephant was nowhere to be found. Chipper the chipmunk couldn't stop thinking about Zedoo the elephant. Well, I am going to go find Zedoo, because I really did have a lot of fun playing with him at the playground, and now he's not at school. I hope he's okay. I must find where Zedoo lives. And that weekend, Chipper the chipmunk asked everybody if they knew where Zedoo lived. No one had ever been over to Zedoo's house. Many of his friends said, "Oh, yeah, I don't think Zedoo likes us, because Zedoo never invites us over. So, yeah, no, I don't know where he lives." One friend told Chipper, "Huh, I wonder why Zedoo has never invited anyone over to play," Chipper thought to himself. As Chipper went home that night, he asked his parents if they knew Zedoo's family. "Oh, yes, we used to play with Zedoo and his family a lot, many years ago. I do remember where they lived then," said Chipper's mom. Maybe they've moved, but I could tell you exactly where they used to live. So why don't we go over there tomorrow?" The next morning, Chipper and his mom headed over to the place where they thought Zedoo might be. As they walked up to the house, they knocked on the door and opened. "Zedoo!" said Chipper. "Oh, hi, Chipper. What are you doing here?" "Well, we're really great. We're really happy to have found you. Where have you been?" "Well, it's kind of a long story, but thank you for coming over. Why don't you come inside?" Chipper and his mom stepped inside of Zedoo's house, met his family, and Chipper and Zedoo went to go play in the backyard together. "Chipper, thank you so much for coming over. I didn't know if anyone noticed that I stopped going to that school." "You stopped going to the school? Oh my! Well, yeah, we were all wondering where you've been." "Yeah, I actually now go to a different school, and your school it's great," said Zedoo, "but it's just a little too noisy. It's too loud for me." "It's too loud?" said Chipper. "What does that have to do with anything?" "Well, I don't know. I don't really understand it, but when the noises get really big, I just don't feel safe anymore, and it's impossible for me to do anything. Like when we're doing math problems, if it's nice and quiet, I can do all of them correctly. But as soon as it gets too noisy, it's like I forget everything." "Oh my goodness, Zedoo, I had no idea," said Chipper. "I'm so sorry. Yes, we are a very loud class, and so sorry that was happening to you. I don't think we had any idea." "Yeah, I don't really like to talk about it, and that's why I don't invite people over, because I'm a little nervous that people are just too noisy." "Well, I like being quiet too sometimes, and so why don't we play nice and quiet back here? What do you want to do, Zedoo?" said Chipper. Well, we could build a fort. I love building forts," said Zedoo. "Oh, me too," Chipper eagerly replied. The rest of the day, Zedoo and Chipper had a blast playing in Zedoo's backyard. This is just the beginning of a great new friendship between Chipper the chipmunk and Zedoo the elephant. Wow, wasn't that a great story? Yeah, sometimes like I said, I don't like big noises or big smells or big senses. Do you know what the senses are? Yeah, there's 5 of them. There's taste, smell, we see things, that's number 3, and then hearing and touching. Those 5 things are our senses, and sometimes one or more of them can feel really big. And that's why it's really hard for Zedoo the elephant to focus at school when the noises get very loud. He's actually a really smart elephant, but he just really doesn't like big noises. I totally understand that. Can you? I'm so glad that Chipper the Chipmunk has made a good friend with Zedoo, because I think they're going to have a lot of fun playing together. And now that Chipper knows exactly how Zedoo wants to play, I think they're going to have a fantastic friendship. The end. Hey parents, it's Mr. Jim here. This holiday season, give your kids the tools they need to have fun while they learn with Osmo. Osmo's Reading Adventure Learn to Read game is an interactive tool aimed at children ages 5 to 7 that help them practice and develop reading fundamentals, turning them into young, confident, skilled readers. Visit playosmo.com to check out the Reading Adventure New Reader Kit today and get up to 40% off select kits and games. That's playosmo.com. Osmo, learning well played. Hey friends, I need your help celebrating a birthday. Drum roll, please. Happy birthday, Ollie, who's turning 5 years old. Ollie wants to be a superhero paleontologist and did recently move from Portland, Oregon to Massachusetts. He loves construction and digging. Wow, a superhero paleontologist. Well, I wonder what your dream find would be. Would it be a giant dinosaur or a giant woolly mammoth? Oh, there's so many amazing things that you could find as a paleontologist. But Holly, I'm so glad that we got to celebrate you and your big day on the show. Happy 5th birthday. Great job. You listened all the way to the end, and you know what time it is. It's time for Kid Shout-outs. I want to say hey to Chance from Arkansas, Martin from Florida, Yusuf from Nova Scotia, Nava from Israel, Nora from Michigan, Ethan from Toronto, and Abby and Harry from Mason. I'm so glad that you're all in the Kid Short Stories family, and on our spy team, we could not stop Dr. Stinky Breath and his crew without you, my friends. Will you have a super duper day? And I will see you on our next adventure. Bye. Hey parents, Mr. Jim here to tell you why kids love learning with Osmo's Genius Starter Kit. Osmo uses real tangible pieces that look and feel just like toys, combining them with immersive digital experiences to create fun, whole child learning adventures. They'll have a blast with the Genius Starter Kit, playing games that explore math, reading, and more. Just in time for the holidays, get up to 40% off select kits and games. Order today at playosmo.com. That's playosmo.com. Osmo, learning well played.